Hello and thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce, and welcome to Positive Power 21 Network, where you get your positive on. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Positive Power 21.org, Internet Radio.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Positive Power 21. I'm your host, Jerry Royce. When it's all positive, it's all power. PositivePower21.org. And thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I know we put the word out there big time today because we have a young man on the show. He's 31 years old, and he's coming out of Tacoma, Washington. But before we bring him out, I'm just going to introduce two of my sponsors for tonight. And that's going to be Rhonda M. Lawson. We did a show with her Saturday coming out of Belgium. That was a very good show. She has a new book out. All of her books are available on ebooks, so check her out. I think it's Rhonda M. Lawson. You can Google her, and everything will come up where she's located at. Also, we had a great show with Austin Camacho. He's a publisher for Intrigue Publishing, based out of the Washington, D.C. area. He has a host of mystery writers and a group of young ladies that's going out on tour representing his company. So check out his website, and that'll be AustinCamacho.com. And he's also out there on YouTube, Twitter, all the big boys. So check them out. Support them. We got to support our authors, help drive our economy, support Black radio. I'm going to have to launch a campaign for that, too, support Black radio, because I know a lot of people are not used to supporting our people, but we got to get used to doing that. Somebody got to get it going. Right, Jason? How you doing, man?
Indeed. I'm doing great, Jerry. I'm blessed, brother. Glad to be here with you tonight.
Absolutely, man. We're so happy to have a young guy on here that's trying to get his grind on out there in the publishing world, man. So how good has it been to you so far?
Man, it's been great. And, I got my project dropping this month, so everything was right on time. I'm just truly blessed, man. All this hard work, 5 years long, man. All this hard work is finally paying off.
Wow, 5 years, and we're gonna talk to you about that too. Why it's been 5 long years. But first, we want to remind everybody why they fresh into the site that Jason is on Facebook, and that'd be Jason Talley, and he's twittering. He's at the Path by Jason, and that's on Twitter. So if you see his name out there, you're gonna have to hook him up and pick up his book. Now, Jason, is your book available in ebook? Is it going to be available?
Yes, it's going to be available ebook, Author House, and of course all the major sites as well, Amazon, BarnesandNobles.com. So yeah, The Path After the Storm will be available.
Oh, okay. Yeah, matter of fact, you never gave me the title of your book, man. What was the title of your book?
Yeah, it's The Path After the Storm, Volume 1. All right, you will not be disappointed. I'm telling you.
Path After the Storm. Okay. Now, this is a biographical book or it's fiction? What's going on?
No, it's a fiction. It's a urban fiction with a spiritual base. I live out in Seattle, Washington, but I'm from the South. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, and I think everything that we do down south has a spiritual base. So. Yes. It deals with a lot of things, and one of the things it definitely deals with is like Southern people and Southern religion.
The two put together, huh? Wow, what a combination!
Yes, sir.
Now, okay, let's get a little bit. Let's talk about you real quick. Give us your background.
I'm 31 years old, single father of 3 kids. Just everything. I've just been like different all my life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I thought about things differently and just went off the path of everybody else. Not afraid to be what I want to be in life, and I will be that by any means necessary.
That's right. So you got 3 kids. What are the ages of your children?
Gabrielle just turned 12 years old, and I have my oldest son. He's 10, Darian Talley. And my little girl Kayla, she's 9 years old.
All right, okay, so man, you started pretty young, man.
I started too young, Jerry. Too young.
You got kids. My children is 11 and 13, man. But I'm like way deep in my late 40s, early 50s territory. Wow, man. Yeah, you was having a ball out there, huh?
Yeah, no, I started way too young. Me and their mom, beautiful woman. We're the best of friends now. We had kids. We didn't listen. We was 19 and 18, got married, and everybody told us to wait. But when you're that age, hey, we're gonna be different. We got it all figured out. So we jumped off the porch with it.
Right, yeah. Oh, okay. So you were married then? Okay.
We were.
Okay, and so you said the one mom for all three kids.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna talk about you there, man. That's cool. Kids all under one roof now. Are they out there with you in Seattle?
They are. They are.
Okay, that's the blessing there, man. Cause you're in their life, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, good. Yeah, you sound like you're proud. So I just wanted to hear you say it. That's all.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, you gotta be in the kid because you want to make sure when it's Father's Day, it's being celebrated properly, right?
Indeed. I need all the ties, watches, and wallets I can get.
That's right, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, and I know when we started off the show, I asked you about were you a fan of the Seahawks, and I definitely was rooting for those guys. But being a dad for as long as I've been, because my oldest son is 30, and I told you I have the one. Son is 11, daughter 13. I have a lot of purple and black. A lot of purple and black from the Ravens. Like every birthday, Father's Day, you guarantee you getting a hat, sweatshirt, T-shirt, socks, you name it. I remember my brother came to look at my house one day. I think I just moved here like 8-9 years ago. And he looked at my clothes. He said, "Who's all that purple and black belong to?" And all this time, he never ever told me he was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan until he thought that they were going to make it to the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, wow.
I know, man.
Yeah.
Wasn't that crazy?
I know. See, Pittsburgh, out here, like I said, I'm rich from Little Rock, so we don't have a pro team. But when I moved out to Seattle, I joined the 12 man. So Steelers, that's a kind of touchy subject for us, We don't necessarily like them Steelers,
Oh, man, they hate it out here, too, man. Oh, dude, I see some nice fights, man, at the stadium between those dudes, man. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
Oh yeah.
Going to them games, man. Nothing like it, man. Nothing like it. All right.
Indeed.
All right. Let's turn attention back to your project. Now you said your book is about to be going to drop. What you said, the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, the next 3 weeks. We're looking official day from Author House. We're looking about April 21st. So
okay.
It'll be available that day.
April 21st, man. See, I'm writing everything down, man, because I told you when you get older, and then when you have 3 kids, you got to remember everybody's stuff,
Yeah.
Everybody's stuff and your stuff. Now, Author House. Tell me about Author House. You got picked up by those guys?
Actually, it's a self-publishing company. So, and that's probably the reason why it took, so long. Because once I started on it, I was picking it up, putting it down, and finally, I picked a select family and friends to read it, and they just kept bugging me. They was like, "Man, got to get it done. So I just sent it out to a few publishing houses, got a few letters back, they wasn't picking it up at the time. So I was like, hey, if they're not going to make it happen, I'm going to make it happen. So I contacted Author House, self-publishing company, and we did it, Cost a little bit of change, but, I finally got it done.
Yeah, now it's been a while since my family, we were publishing books, helping authors out. We basically just helped manage the production part, making sure, your manuscript is tight. We had content editors, anybody you need, to make sure your project was really tight, was on it, artists, you name it. And we managed it all the way to the hands of the printer. What's the process like now with them? Do they handle everything in-house?
Pretty much. They handle everything except my editing. We did like a photo shoot for my cover, and they did the background graphics, and they pretty much handle everything of the printing. I just have to get all the editing done myself. They had that service available, but I have some very, very smart people in my family, thank God. I have one cousin down in Texas. Man, give a quick shout out to Demetra. Man, she's been such a big supporter of mine. And she edited a little bit of it, as I went along, and she was just, and then I got another friend, Whitley Kilcrease, who she edited a little bit of it, my final edit, and I got it done. So I was able to hand them over. I was able to hand them over the finished product.
Good. So that was Team Tally on the job, man.
Absolutely. Right. Team Tally. That's exactly what it was.
That's right. I know you appreciated them intelligent black women in the family helping you out, man. Take advantage. You said, look, you got a college degree. You got to help me out. Right?
Yeah, indeed.
I understand, man. But look, there's nothing wrong with that, man. You're just tapping into the family talent, man. You have to go there sometime. Now, what was the most challenging part of this project for you?
It was, I think the most challenging part was just staying motivated to keep writing. When, sometimes just getting those setbacks, man. Once I thought everything was good and everything was done, and I would start telling people, like, okay, like I got 1 more week, it's going to be out. 2 more weeks, it's going to be out. 2 more months, whatever the case is. And then those setbacks, man, just kept getting in the way where I had to wait, had to come up with a little bit more money for this, a little bit more money for that, or had to restructure a whole chapter. And that was tough, man. It was some times where I was like, you know what, I'm just going to put it down for a minute and just wait. But again, my family, that was not going to be acceptable to them. And my friends, they was like, no, we got to get it done.
So what have you had? Did you experience some like writer's block or something along the way?
I did. But the thing with my writer's block, it came when I would get writer's block, I would have to go around my mom. My mom, like, she's such a wonderful lady, man, and she just knew how to spark that up in me, spark that creativity in me. So when I would get writer's block and I was like, I don't know what to do with this chapter, I would just need to be in the same room with her and just say, okay, Mom, this is where I'm taking this character, and I don't know where else to go. And she would have so many ideas and would just spark something in me just to keep on going.
Okay. So how many chapters is this product?
This particular chapter, this is volume 1, and it's going to be other books coming after this. Volume 2 should be done pretty soon. This one is 14 chapters. 14
chapters. So what's that, about 300 pages?
This one is about 200. About 200.
Oh, okay. That's a good read. That's an easy, quick read. All right.
It is.
That's good, man. Yeah, especially for people downloading, because you're going to actually see those pages. I like a book. Now, that's what's going to be fun for you now. Now, you hoping that you be able to make a lot of money on the downloads. Like, say you sleep and you wake up, you see 100 downloads that night. That'd be a wonderful thing, wouldn't it?
That would be great. Hey, that would be great.
Yeah, like every night.
That's definitely the goal.
Yeah, every night. So you're out there cranking it up, putting the word out. You got your people cranking up social media. And then time for the book signing. Now, you're going to have enough books for everybody.
Yes, indeed, I will.
Okay, because I'm wondering, because I know this is something new, I'm wondering that, okay, if you say you're going to be at a conference and your fans know they can get to you, but these you found out looking at the reports that this region you're signing in, majority of these people were downloads. So that means you have to have so many books with you to handle that. So you say you prepared for that, because I know those places, they charge you some money for books.
If anybody, my fans, if I'm going to a high school, don't matter where, if I got fans there, people who enjoy my work, I'm going to make it happen. I will definitely be ready. Definitely.
All right. I heard that. We heard that. All right, good. All right, let's talk about the book now. Tell me about your main character.
It follows 3 characters, man. It follows a reverend preacher, Jerry Baylor. And it follows a young black businesswoman, Kayla Parker, and it follows a dope boy from the projects, Devin Edwards. So I have 3 protagonists that I'm telling 3 different stories at once, and all these stories intertwine. So if I can describe my story and what I'm trying to accomplish as a fiction author, it's just to challenge you. So now we're not giving too much away. My Reverend Baylor, he's infidel. He has some infidelity issues, with stepping out on his wife. And I explore those things. And what I want to do is actually challenge you. If you say you are Christian and you say you are forgiven, how much are you willing to forgive? How much are you willing to stand?
That's right.
Yeah, to stand on your word. So with his particular story, I go into his congregation and all of this, and if you say you are something, then live by that. And if you don't live by that, you will be judged by that. So that's his whole story, and that's where I take his story. And,
all right, let's talk about him a little bit. Now, this is really happening in the churches, really happening. I mean,
absolutely.
I witnessed myself. It's happening. Now, based on your storyline with him, what are you saying? Are Christians really forgiving to that pastor? If they find out, after he had met on the pulpit what happened, or say he had a meeting, church meeting, because it's rumored all over the church that he stepped out on his wife, blah, blah, blah. He calls a meeting. Are they going to accept that? In your book, in real life, what do you think?
Yeah, Jerry, okay. Now, let me say this loud and clear. I wasn't talking about nobody in particular, okay? But my but my character is based off of my two childhood pastors. As growing up as a young man, my mom, man, she has 13 siblings, brothers and sisters, and their dad was actually a pastor and deacon in the church. So we grew up. That's how we grew up. And as a young man, I was always real close to the preachers and pastors of the churches we went to. And I'm gonna get a little personal, all right? So, and I was so close to this man, one of these men, and come to find out it was similar, not what I put in the book, but it was like a similar situation that happened. And they end up actually putting him out of church, voting him out or whatever they did. I was too young and I didn't understand exactly how the process worked.
But it took action right away.
Yeah, exactly. Once it came out that it was not just allegations. But the thing is, for me, that turned me away from the church. It did. Like, as a young man, I was like, oh, no, they all hypocrites. They all fakes. But what I had to understand as I got older and went through things is that these are just men. They are men of God, but they're just men. And does that make that irrelevant? He stepped out on his wife, but does that make that irrelevant, those Sundays that he brought people to God? Does that make it irrelevant all the time? All the people, when he got brother so-and-so off crack, helped him, and then helped sister so-and-so stop doing what she was doing? So that's why I wrote about this particular character. It's like, I want to challenge it. It doesn't make, he's a man, he did what he did, but every other thing that he did, that does not make his work and God put whatever he put into him, that does not make everything else he did irrelevant.
Wow, but what? I mean, but how do the people who was really, sometimes you're supposed to go to church for God, but a lot of times people go to church because of the pastor's good, right?
Absolutely.
So what happened? I mean, are they disappointed, especially the hardcore members? Don't miss a Sunday. They tying and giving extra money. They building a church. They fixing stuff. How do their hearts feel when that? Do they feel betrayed? It's like a betrayal to me.
It is because they are men of high standard. I mean, however you want to look at it, just like you are supposed to be of a high standard, and once you do something like that, and you're exactly right, heartbroken, betrayed.
A lot of these guys are on a pedestal, man. I mean, people feel like when they touch their hands, you feel like when you walk through that door and you get a chance to shake your pastor's hand, it's like that's the closest you've been to God and Jesus all week. And then that happens,
absolutely right.
And you're like, wow, he's no better than me. That's what you're thinking now. Especially if you didn't cheat on your old girl, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's a tough bar to chew on right there, man. That's a good piece. Man. I like that. So basically the story is going to show the challenges that the congregation went through as far as he's concerned, or what he's going through.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of it. It's so many turns and twists in this. It's going to grab you and not let you go.
I'm gonna have to so many. That, man.
Oh yeah. You will not be disappointed.
All right. And tell us about the young lady in the story. Tell us about her again.
Yeah. Kayla Parker, young black businesswoman. I mean, all about the dollars. She's all about making money and making things happen. She's so independent. She don't need a man, but for one thing, that's all she needs a man for. And she is very, very successful. Climbs her way to the CFO of a major finance company. But through the trials and tribulations she goes through, she finds out that $1 is no more worth than just the paper that it's printed on. I mean, she has to go through some things too, for it's like trying to find the value of family and find the value of herself. But
lonely at the top.
Yeah, exactly. And the top that you think you at, yeah, you're not really at the top. You know, those material things come and go. You know, it's about things you can hang your hat on at the end of the day, and that's the lesson that she learns throughout this story.
That's something right there, man. There's a lot of young ladies out there that's like that, man. I work in government, and I have to say, man, it's a higher percentage of African-American women hold executive positions in the agency I work for and in mid-level management. And some of them really can't handle the power. They don't know how to be themselves. They don't know how to really motivate. They think that they have to use intimidation and bullying methods in order to get respect. And you don't have to do that. You just be nice to people. They're going to give you respect right there, and they're going to want to work hard for you. Now, what's her situation? Is she managing people in this story, or she's just a high executive? Just, you know.
Oh, no, she's managing people in this story. Her parents are a little bit older, you know, church-going people, and she believes in her own ability. She believes that is her, you know, her talent that gets her where she's at. It's nobody else. It's not spiritual. It's not her parents to help get where she's at. She's so headstrong and just so all about Kayla that she believes is her, you know, it's her own ability. And it wasn't God. It wasn't nobody to help her out. So, but she gets a rude awakening.
That's right. She did the work. All right. How about your street guy? You say he was a drug dealer?
Well, he's a low level. He's not Nino Brown or nothing like that. He's just one of the little cats running around the project. That's basically what he is.
But he was good enough to write about, though, right?
Oh, indeed. But what I'm writing about this character is truly to understand a person that's a victim of their environment. Devin, he was born to his mother was a prostitute that dies of AIDS when he's 5 years old, and his mom actually had a female pimp that actually put him to work when he was 7 years old. So as growing up as a young man in the projects and in the projects of Little Rock, Arkansas, it was just fuel for the fire. So when he became older, he just was pretty much heartless and basically just a victim of his environment, trying to find himself and just don't care about anything. But again, you know, you will go through some things that will change your world around and make you, you know, awaken you to what the world is really about. And that's where I take that character. I make you.
Now I was going to ask you which one, like, is he the tearjerker in the book?
They're all tearjerkers. They all will be tearjerkers.
Ladies, you got one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So the young boy, so you're gonna take us straight to the streets with him, and then hopefully it's a heartwarming story at the end. Because sometimes you hate to hear about, you know, our young black boys going through the things they go through, no fault of their own, but just like you said, product of the environment. But there's always a way to get out. You just have to find it. You know, that's the challenge behind it all. Wow, that is something, man. So this is volume 1. You talking about doing volume 2? Now you're going to take the same characters, or you're going to reinvent yourself?
No, same characters. I'm trying not to give too much away. It's the same characters, and once you read it, you will understand why. Because even though it starts off as 3 different stories, it all ends up as one big story. So, and all these characters have a lot more in common than what what the reader would think, than actually what they know about. So, I'll just leave it at that. They have a lot in common, and they find out.
Good. Sound like a good book. Now, what are some of your big plans as far as, you know, authoring? I mean, are you interested in signing with a publishing house with this exact publication? Would you hand it over to somebody?
Absolutely. The goal, of course, is to get published by a major publishing house, but I know that takes a lot of work. So the goal with The Path After the Storm 1 is to put it out there, build up a fan base, and build up a big enough fan base to where I can have something to bring to the table, to bring to a publisher and say, okay, look, these are my fans. So my work is worth putting out there. So that's the total goal of this Path of the Storm Volume 1.
That's right, Path of the Storm. Now, one of the things that, Oprah has been doing is so popular. She's been bringing people on her shows that have a million followers, like YouTube or whatever, Facebook. And I guess the whole idea is, what's so special about you that people want to follow you? And I seen a show on YouTube. I think it was like a panel of 5 or 6 of these people. You may want to check that out, man. It was a really, really good show. I think if you get that many followers and you moving those kind of books, I think you wouldn't have no problem getting signed by somebody. No problem at all.
Yeah.
Now, what are you doing? Tell us a little bit what you're doing. What's your battle plan for your marketing? Let's hear it.
First, it was a blessing that you called, and I do have I do have marketing plans with Author House. They do have a marketing department, and we're putting together some newspaper ads and also a social media blast through Author House, and also they're going to put a media blast through a couple of emails. So, that's the goal right now. But I definitely have a team that's working and trying to get the name out there, and definitely trying to get the work out there. That's
right. Now, do you have any relatives that have like 2,000-3,000 followers?
Not that many. But again, going back to my lovely cousin down in Texas, she's in that world of influential people. So she's definitely been on my team since day one. And so she's like a big supporter. So like I said, I need that tally power to lean on,
Hey, man, I was going to say, because now you found writers out of that group. So you have one marketing person who's like, I guess you call her social media guru, or I guess the one that knows everybody. You have to pull some more people out the hat, man. You put all them small numbers together, and you have a larger number, right?
Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah, social media, no one has the complete formula to it yet. Because it's still so new, still developing. I think Facebook made some changes this week. Did your smartphone look different this week?
Yeah, I think they're always doing a little something different.
Yeah, it looked like they kind of flipped it. Like it's like the messenger, the IM looks like it's more developed. And then you have to hit something else to get back over to the Facebook side. So it looks like they kind of develop, like it's like two sides of it. And then they have a thing where you can group everybody and pin them together. So that was new. Man, why they do that stuff for older people? Now we're going to have to go find a clip on YouTube to understand what just happened. We got too much going on, man, to be trying to memorize. I had to have a guy that worked with me. I think he's around 22, 23. He actually had to do a training session with me with my Twitter account on my mobile because it looks so different than when you're on your computer. It's like all these little doors on there, man. I was like, what the heck? He was showing me some stuff. I said, wow, man, I could use that. So what was the challenge for you? Now you're trying to build your brand. Your brand now are you going to be trying to brand the volume, or are you trying to brand Jason Talley?
I'm trying to brand Jason Talley because there's a couple other projects that I'm working on, and I'm working on with a good friend, Damon Gardner, out of here in Seattle. He has a couple visions for he likes to do webisodes, like for YouTube.
Yeah,
so
I like those.
Another project we're working on together is called Trash Bag Suitcase. Now, the title comes from Trash Bag Suitcase. That title comes from every brother I know, or just about every brother I know, has had to use a trash bag as a suitcase at one point in time by moving in with the wrong woman, not on the lease, and getting that 3 o'clock call. Now, I've made that call, and I've received that call. I've got that call, hey, bro, please, hey, man, teacher, come pick me up. And driving up to the house in the middle of the night, and I ain't going to call no name, but just say a family member or two, walking out with a trash bag. We had that same old talk. So what we're going to work on is the why. Why do we fall for that every time? Young brothers, why do we fall for that? So that's another project that we're working on.
So that's going to be the webisode?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what's the process for that? I mean, are you guys going to be auditioning actors? I mean, are y'all going to produce the production, work with a college? What's the deal with that?
He's working with the actors on that. My job is just to write the scripts. I'm going to write the scripts, write the scenes, and he's actually going to get the actors. And he has a friend that has a few episodes. So that's where we're going with that. We're in production with that.
Yeah, you got to send me some links to those, man. I enjoy it. I found like one or two of them online. One was really, really good. One was kind of weak, but it has potential. But it's kind of hard to find them. I'm not sure how YouTube have those things channeled right now. I think they still working on how they channeling everything, because I know they offer people their own channel, but still, like you have to have some idea where they are, unless they're going to just categorize everything, which I think that's what they're trying to do. But like if you go into fitness, man, it's like so many people under there. It's like, how do you find something? It's like a needle in a haystack. Wow, that sounds great, man. So so you got that going on. So you got the book project, you got the webisodes. What else? Now you didn't give us a complete background. What's your education level like?
Man, education level. I do have some college, and I also went to Little Rock Job Corps. But my story of my education, man, it really molded me into the man I am. I was a completely different person. Like from elementary school to junior high, it was a completely different Jason Talley, and that just came from a belief system. So, like when I was in fourth grade, I had problems like keeping up with the class, and so these teachers and the principal, they decided to, well, let me test you see if you have like a learning disability or something like that. So when they test me, I came out that I was dyslexic, like severely. Like I would write my numbers backwards, letters backwards. I actually could read better upside down than I could regular.
Get out of here.
And yes, sir. Wow. And they put me like in fourth grade. I went to special education class. Now, the Arkansas school district, Little Rock, Arkansas school district, was not the best back in the 90s. So what happened is like they put me in a special education class, and it was no differentiating. It was like I was in there with everybody, from the kindergartens to the sixth graders, and just the teacher was like, it wasn't like different levels. So they just put us all in one classroom. And from what I got programmed, like all the teachers and students, whatever, would be like, oh, Jason, you can't keep up, you're not as smart as everybody else. So it was like that all through elementary school, and I began to believe that. So when I got to junior high, it was like 7th through 9th grade, and it was a little bit different because in 9th grade, those students have to get credits to actually graduate for college. That's when they start getting credits. So in the 9th grade, in the 7th grade, same thing, went to school, Little Rock School District, same thing, no retesting, no nothing. So it was like we did 9th grade work all day. The teachers were only focused on the 9th graders in the special education classrooms, not really paying much attention to the 7th and 8th graders. So the next year, it was the same thing. And my mom, we actually, as a family, we moved to North Little Rock, which was a different school district, in my 9th grade year. So my 9th grade year, it was spoke with the counselor. It was kind of like a little in the middle of the school year. And the counselor was picking out my classes. And before she said anything, I was like, hey, I'm a special education student. I need to do this, this, and this. And she asked me, why? Why do you think that? I was like, well, I've always been. And she was like, well, Jason, let me, I'm going to try you out in regular classes, and then we'll see. At the end of this 9 weeks, if you're having problems, we'll actually put you where you need to be.
Wow.
So put me in the regular classes. JR, not only did I keep up, I excelled,
Wow.
And this was partly because I've been doing this 9th grade work for the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I was like, okay, you were doing 9th grade work while you were in the 7th and 8th grade, so you was kind of catching up. Wow.
Exactly. So I go from being from being a special education student to being in honors classes.
Get out of here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then I'm in a different school district, and everybody's telling me how smart I am. And I'm starting to, like, no, I'm just getting one over. No, not really. And just that belief system started to change a little bit. So I end up going to Little Rock Job Corps a few years after that. And this lady changed my life, man. Education, man. Her name was Flo Tolbert.
Yeah.
She was the coach of the academic Olympics team. And Job Corps has this thing where, like, the elite minds of the center actually compete in their region. So we were in Little Rock, so we were in the Southwest region. And she asked me to be on the academic Olympics team. And I was like, nah, man, I'm not smart enough to do that. And this lady just seen something in me. She was like, well, just come on as an alternate person, just to help the person that's studying, that's going to compete in social studies. Just come and help that person study. So I came on just as an alternate, helping this person study. And as soon as I came on, like a couple of days later, he quit the team. And she knew he was going to quit. So I'm the guy representing Little Rock Job Corps in 99, 2000 down in Dallas, Texas in social studies against the elite minds of this educational institution. Wow. So we go down there, and not only do we place third place overall, and individual, I placed fourth place. And that event alone just changed my entire life. Because everybody was telling me how smart I was, how, like, Jason, man, you're so bright, this, that, and the other. And when I came back, it was nothing I could do. Nothing that anybody can put in front of me that I didn't feel I could achieve. And from then on, college, real estate license at 18 years old, and it was just incredible.
What a journey, man. What a story. Now, that sounds like a book, man, in the waking, man.
When I get ready to do the biography, I'm gonna definitely put that in there.
Yeah, because you figure you put a book out like that, man, they're gonna be asking you to come speak to students, in different levels of of the education, and give them encouragement, because a lot of kids need empowerment, man. I do mentoring for a high school, and we had this one session with these group of boys, and these guys are supposed to be pretty sharp too. All of them had over 2.0. There was a few cadets for the military. Some guys wrote software, musicians, athletes, you name it. And, man, these guys stood up there and said they had no support system. They had nowhere to go. They were following followers. It was such a sad moment. I think that's the saddest I ever felt in my life, man, besides my grandfather's funeral. That's how bad it was. And right then we knew we had to spring into action and help the administration with these boys. And I'm figuring if it's not just this school, it's probably everywhere, man. So now they thinking that like where you were in the middle school, they think something's happening between middle school and high school, because kids don't always feel that way. They seem, I don't know, it seems like my son has middle school friends, and those kids seem like they're happy-go-lucky, most of them. I mean, I don't know their situation at home, but in high school seems like it's kind of a little plainly clear that there's a problem, and they don't have no problem expressing it right now. Now, when you got in high school, after you had gotten the confidence, let's say before the confidence grew, what were you like as a person?
Oh, quiet. I'm a big guy, man. I've always been a big guy. I would be the quietest thing in the classroom, and that's what helped me writing as well, because I didn't want to be called on no questions, no reading, no that. So when I would be so quiet, I would listen. It made me develop the talent to mimic people. I can do anybody. I can do the teacher. I can do the students. Anybody. I could, because just of listening to how they act and how they talk, and I was just a really, really quiet guy.
You're very observant too, huh?
Exactly. It made me observant. And, people, I would be in the class with people, and nobody would even know we were in the same class. Like, when they would meet me, they'd be like, yeah, we got math together. And they wouldn't even know, because I would just make myself as small as I possibly could.
But it went to a different level once that counselor notice. Well, she was going to just take a chance on you. That's what happened. She just took a chance.
Oh yeah, exactly. She talked to me for a good 15 minutes, and she was like, "I'm just going to put you in regular classes." And then, as I started, like, "Oh, I done did this before," and then the confidence and teachers were like asking me like to speak, or like, "Yeah, Jason, you're so smart, you're so bright. Have you ever considered this and that?" And when they started talking to my mom about honors classes, that changed my life. And
yeah, man.
then I became a little bit more loud and outspoken.
So what happened in college? So you didn't finish?
No, I didn't. I actually ended up going to real estate school, and I went to college for a few semesters, and I went and got a real estate license. Mm-hmm. And I tried to do real estate. I did real estate for a little while when I was like 18, 19 in Little Rock. And then my wife at the time joined the Coast Guard. So we got stationed in Seattle, Washington, and that's how I ended up in the Washington area.
Okay. Her job got you over there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, so what you ended up doing when she was on the Coast Guard? You was home with the kids?
Yeah, pretty much. For the most part, I was home with the kids, and always been working in sales. Mm-hmm. But that was pretty much it.
All right. So now you got an opportunity to have your own business. When you're a self-publisher, you might as well just say you're a publishing house now under your own name. So now you got one product to rock, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, man. Life is too short not to go after it, man. So that's my plan, is to go after it.
That's right, man. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Young man, getting an early start. I remember when I was young, I think I might have been around 27, 28. No, actually, I was introduced to multi-level marketing, I think, when I was around 19, 20. My brother was selling some kind of little peddling thing called Fuller Brush. I think they sold these real high-quality hair brushes and some other things like shoe shine kits. And he started out like that. He was a year younger than me. So we kind of got introduced to sales pretty early, and then later on we moved into learning about the newspaper business, publishing. We worked for a medical publisher. And once you start getting a lot of skills from some of these, companies that's doing it right, man, next thing you know, you say, hey, I could do that same thing for myself. Next thing you know, you're out there paving the pavement, man, making things happen. All right. I'm proud of you, bro, man. Good guy like you out there doing it, taking care of your kids. Now you got a book out, and that book is called was it The Path After the Storm or Path Through the Storm?
Path After the Storm, Volume 1. Yep.
All right. So people, you got to get it. It's available on ebook. Now, when you going to get the website out, man? That's the most important thing.
You know what, JR, I'm like on that when we get off the phone, man. I'm going to call my people up, you know what I'm saying? By the end of the week, I got to get a website. I got to get it done.
That's right, man. You go to WordPress, man. WordPress, I think, is free. You can go to Wix, Wix, and get a free site. They'll put your name in the front, and of course it's going to end with Wix.com. Or at least you have something up that you could push while you on Facebook. The good thing now is Facebook allow you, and somebody was telling me that Pinterest is pretty good too. Rhonda Lawson was telling me that I think you can actually put a picture of your icon on your book, and if somebody click it, it'll take them right to Amazon or whoever you're peddling your book through. So you got a lot of sources. So I guess having a website is not the end of the world, but it looks good, man. You got your picture up there, and people can see you and read your bio. Then you can have this nice radio show, a part of that. Do yourself a YouTube trailer with your buddy. Your buddy gonna hook you up with that, right?
Oh yeah. We're working on that. We're getting that done.
That's right, man. So you got the resources, you got the family, you got the buddies. Sound like you got a successful plan in the making, and we're excited to hear that you're gonna be pushing about 25,000 books because it can happen, right?
Oh, indeed, that's the goal.
That's right, man. That's visualized. It was funny. I had a young lady on the show about 2 weeks ago, and she told me she sold 28,000 books since August. Like what? That's crazy, man. And she said a lot of downloads and a lot of books mailed. So that's your inspiration right there. So just go do it, right? Nothing but just to do it.
Indeed.
All right.
Indeed. By any means.
Good. You have any final comments to your audience, man, before we rock this show?
Absolutely, man. I just want to say to the Parker and Talley family, I love you guys so much. To my babies, my kids, I love you guys. Special thank you to Jessica Gorey, to Demetra Talley, Damon Gardner, Chaos James. Just love all you guys, and thank you for the support. And, hey, we're a couple weeks away, and we about to do it big, man. And I want to say, hey, I thank God most of all for just making me the man I am and just helping me just to keep developing and growing as a man.
That's right. And we appreciate it, all of your audience, coming into the show. And if you guys like to support Black Radio, go out to Spreaker.com and look for Positive Power 21 and follow us. You can use your Facebook account to sign up. And then what happens, you'll actually get an account, but it doesn't really do anything but just allow you to follow different podcasters that's on Spreaker. And there's some really good shows. I actually found club music, man. I mean, the stuff that I used to hear back in the day, man, when I was, in my 30s, rocking the club scene. You guys in the club music over in Arkansas or Seattle?
Oh, yeah. But it's like the South and the East Coast get everything first before it make it out here. But, most definitely.
Yeah, because I know trap music is real heavy, like in Texas, in those areas. Because one of my best friends, that's all his son put out, and I was trying to get some music from him, and all he had was trap music. I just didn't get it, man. It's like all of it sound the same, but he's learning. They learn it. But I found a couple DJs. Like, you can find DJs out on Spreaker that fits your taste. You waking up in the morning, you don't feel like listening to that morning show every day, the same people, and you got your options on your smartphone, so take advantage of it, everybody. All right, man, so we're going to get ready to clear out of here. Don't forget, check out Rhonda M. Lawson. Check her book out. I don't have the title in front of me. I have to get all this stuff up. And also Austin Camacho, he has a series of authors who have books out there. They do mystery, detective novels, some very outstanding publication. He just released a brand new book also. Man, I don't have my notes, man. What am I doing today? But anyway, okay, here we go. Lawson, her book is called Gotta Let It Go. Gotta Let It Go, being released. She got a couple books out there, Love and Honor and Contempt. Gotta Get It Back. I think that's the new one. Gotta Get It Back. So check that out, everybody. All the books are good. So, and one day, Jason's going to have a volume. He's going to have his trilogy out, and we be talking about him the same way, right, Jay?
Indeed, Jay.
All right, man. So we wish you the best, man, and continue to tune in to PositivePower21.org. I'm Jerry Royce. Take care, everybody, and continue to support our website. We really appreciate you all. Thank you very much, and have a good night. That ends our presentation, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in to the Positive Power 21 Network. Team 21 would like to thank you all for tuning in, and please spread the word and tell a friend. This is Jerry Royce at Positive Power 21, where we get our positive on. All right, hold the line, Jay.
All right.